Toon 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 Jam Toon 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 Jam Toon 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 Jam Toon Toon Jam Toon 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 Jam Toon 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 Jam Toon 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 Jam Toon 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 Jam Toon Jam Toon Jam. Hello and welcome once again to Toon Jam. I'm Matt.
And I'm J-Man.
And today... Sorry, I completely cut it.
And I'm J-Man.
And today we are talking about Disney's Adventures of the Gummi Bears, or how I will now say for short, Gummi Bears.
Yes.
Sorry, just having a lot of problems with the way I just pronounced that sentence there. It's going to be one of them days,
hey,
folks. A little bit of background on Disney's Adventures of the Gummi Bears. Or Gummi Bears, as I will now definitely say. It ran actually from 1985 to 91. So if anything, this is more of an 80s cartoon. But it did also, run throughout the 90s on reruns.
Well, that's
but it
Toon
was
Jam over, guys. So thanks for listening.
Sorry about that. But it was still running in the 90s. New episodes were still going. The episode we're watching is season 1, episode 3, Zummi Makes It Hot, which is not from the 90s. But, you know what? Time to let our hair down and let's just go crazy.
Thanks for all the good times. It's been great. We've all got good memories.
It was a Walt Disney Animation television show, loosely inspired by the Gummi Bear candies.
Loosely
in, I believe, the name and the fact that they are bears.
And gummy.
And Gummi Bears. I mean, there's not much gummy about them.
They do drink gummy berry juice.
Gummy berry juice, that is I suppose, the defining feature of the Gummi Bear. Which is a bit like... in Asterix.
Yeah.
It's like that stuff he drinks and it makes him like super powered.
Yeah.
Basically, they've just ripped that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ran from 85 and for 4 seasons, running originally on NBC and then to ABC and eventually to Disney Channel. And it was, I think we mentioned before, it ran with The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, which we have talked about before, as the Gummi Bears Winnie the Pooh Hour. Inventive name for the
snappy title.
There was 65 shows, 30 of which consisted of 2 11-minute cartoons, so some were longer.
Oh, right.
So the one we're watching today is an 11-minute cartoon, thankfully. So overall, there are 95 episodes technically, if you count it like that. Interesting fact: the theme tune, written by Michael and Patty Silvershire, is also performed by Joseph Williams, son of none other than John Williams, the composer, and frontman for the band Toto, aka Africa. So yeah,
that's crazy.
He also did the theme tune for Gummi Bears.
My favourite of his,
definitely his best song.
Yeah.
Africa, I know a lot of people like that, but Gummi Bears theme tune.
Oh yeah,
definitely better.
Right up there.
Gummi Bears. Everywhere. It's that high at the end, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gummi Bears. I mean, we can't do it.
No,
but he can.
He wellies it out.
Yeah.
That is like
son of John Williams.
Well,
Joseph Williams.
Well, there you go. I mean, John Williams has a legacy of his own.
Yeah.
All those themes, from Star Wars to Jaws and to new stuff that he's done.
He's done a lot.
He's done basically
E.T.
Yeah, all the
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, all
Indiana
the big
Jones.
ones. All the
Back to the Future, was that him?
Yeah,
possibly.
Maybe. Yeah.
I might
Home
be
Alone.
wrong on that. Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Harry Potter. That's a newer one.
Oh yeah. all of those. But his son has bested him.
He's bested him with the Gummi Bears theme tune.
So
just saying,
the legacy continues. That's all I'm saying.
It ran for a lot of reruns throughout the 90s and even early noughties. The DVDs were released in 2006. So they were heavily played 80s, 90s, early noughties, and then just off the map.
So it was.
So basically, like 20
didn't
years.
Stop.
20 years of constant
Gummi Bears.
That's and then.
Mad.
Yeah, you don't see them at all now, do you? Disney don't even. You don't see them at Disneyland, do you?
No, they've just gone.
Just gone. Away with you.
Where did they go?
They just disappeared, my friend. Just having a quick check if there's anything on that, because that is quite.
Like there was some sort of legal thing.
Apparently, the show's popularity led to a retheming of Disneyland's motorboat cruise. Along with a small part of Disneyland that became known as Disney Afternoon Avenue, due to the afternoon cartoons. So like DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, Tailspin. This. It says the motorboat cruise became Motorboat Cruise to Gummi Glen. And plywood characters from the show made gummy juice along the waterway.
There'll be some plywood.
They've also featured as meetable characters who greet guests in the theme park, so maybe we are wrong there. They've cameoed in Darkwing Duck, which we talked about a couple of weeks ago. DuckTales as well.
Those two not to be
confused. But DuckTales, it was the new one they've cameoed in. So they have made a recent appearance back on.
Oh snap! They're coming back.
I'm watching that episode, mate. That's
watching it.
Got to get on it.
You heard it here first. Gummi Bears are coming back. They're up for another.
This is
20-year streak.
This is it. Gummi Bears, we're coming back and we are everywhere. So there you go, Gummi Bears. So that's plenty of information, I think, today. You're welcome. So let's quickly move on to memories. So, Gummi Bears. Fond memories? Bad memories? No memories?
Short memories. Basically just remembered the theme song because it was hype. And the sweets that they existed.
The Swedes?
Yeah, the Gummi Bear sweets.
Oh, sweets. I think you meant like Swedes. Like short word for Swedish or something.
Yeah, the Swedes.
Or the vegetable.
Yeah, they complemented each other. The sweetness of the Gummi Bear.
I mean, the Gummi Bear sweets, that's an entirely different thing, isn't it, really?
Yeah. And I didn't even really like them, so...
No.
But I liked the song. And I did like the way that it looked.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fantasy, so I'm kind of out already.
Yeah, you see, that's where I come in on the fantasy. That's where I was like, oh yeah. My memories aren't. They're more vague than anything. Like I do remember it, and I do remember watching it, but no specifics. I don't remember it in a fond or not fond light. I don't know. Can't think of a word to use there, but. In a bad light.
Fond.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember the Gummi Bears. I remember what they looked like, and that's about the extent of it. So it was an interesting one to go back and watch.
Yeah.
So vague memories,
the
vaguest of memories. On that note, let's move on to a playthrough.
Rewind. Playthrough.
In this episode of Gummi Bears, we see that Zummi, who is the short blue purpley bear thing that wears like a nightcappy type,
he's one of the most
glasses.
memorable, isn't he? Mainly because of his big puffy hat. I would say
his hat on. He has learnt a new spell, but not from the books, which he corrects our sort of human character, who's called.
We will call him Boy.
Boy comes in, and Zummi says that he's learnt it not from the books, but he's remembered it. He's memorized the spell, and the spell is to like basically cast fire onto things. So he performs it for him, lights up a candle, and it's like, oh yeah, that's pretty impressive. You can do magic.
He's quite enthusiastic, the boy, isn't he? Like,
Yeah, because he says, I've
very
seen
positive character.
Yeah,
he seems like a sound guy.
yeah. He's kind of
You'd be his mate.
yeah. You want him to be
If you
around.
were hanging around with the Gummi Bears, you'd be like, he's probably the best one. He's
You're
not
like,
even
where's
a Gummi
boy at? Because
Yeah.
he's usually kind of brings the party to life.
Yeah.
You know.
Whereas Zumi's just Tigger.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Massive.
Not in character, but in voice.
Voice.
The voice is so close to Tigger. I mean, it is, again,
Yeah.
Jim Cummings, but like it's very Tigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's basically
almost,
a smarter Tigger.
yeah, bit distractingly Tigger, almost,
Yeah.
I'd say.
At times, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
But after this happens, we find that there's been a bit of a crisis in the rest of the Gummi Bear town, and that the water has stopped. And it turns out that Gummi Bears don't just have normal water, but they have exceptionally pristine, perfect water.
Yeah, the
that-
cleanliest of water.
Yeah, the clearest, best water ever.
Yeah.
And that is the secret ingredient to the Gummi Bear juice, basically. They
Yeah.
can't make it without it. And
So the
so
secret ingredient to juice is water.
is water. So, I mean, what is the other stuff?
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Maybe it's all in their head.
Yeah. Ah, maybe. Placebo.
Placebo water.
Well,
At least
That-
we can make it at home, guys.
you can, yeah.
But you need a Brita filter. Minimum.
Yeah. Oh, you need 10,
Minimum.
10 Brita filters.
Keep filtering the water
Yeah.
until like there's nothing.
Yeah. So it's just air.
Yeah.
Capture that in a bottle.
Yeah. The essence.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
But that's not really covered in
No.
the ingredients. I don't really go into that. But they find out that they've basically got to keep the water going, and they know vaguely where to go for this. So
Yeah.
they head off on an adventure. Some of them stay back. Zummi, the
Granny,
Grammy, yeah, something like that, and the boy,
it's
and
like
and the little one, Cubby.
Cubby. Yeah.
They all kind of head off to try and sort out where the water is. And it turns out there's some over a bridge that Zummi's scared of.
Yeah.
They head up to this basically kind of like a dam situation going
Yeah.
up there, some sort of waterworks that seems to have been built by ancient Gummi Bears a long
Ancient
time
Gummi
ago.
Bears. Yeah. There seems to be a lot of history that. It's one of them shows where you're like, oh, maybe you need to watch the first episode to know
Yeah.
what's going on here.
Because they're like, oh wow, they
keep
built
referring-
all
like,
of this.
There's a lot of things we keep saying, oh, we've forgotten a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So there's all this other stuff going on that you're not really privy to, and then the main thing that's the problem is there's literally like a log in the cogs.
Yeah.
There's so boy drinks his gummy berry juice.
Yeah.
And tries to lift it out, but he also slips over in some water at the exact same
Yeah.
time, and the 1 second effect of the gummy berry juice almost runs out.
Yeah.
Well, it pretty much does.
Yeah.
But he manages to somehow get it clean, and the water is back on.
Good to go.
In the meantime, they've had to sort of scarcely like move out of the way of some trolls and the ogres and stuff that
yeah.
kind of live nearby. And on their way back, they get a bit of a tail, and so they're kind of running away from all of these.
Yeah.
They head back over the bridge, and basically Zummi decides that it's probably a good idea if they just set the bridge on fire. And I mean, the bridge is basically just like ropes.
It's 3 ropes.
It's three ropes.
It's very.
It's the worst bridge
the
anyone's
worst
ever
bridge.
made.
Definitely. Just terrible.
No safety whatsoever. And so Zummi tries to remember the
He's
spell.
having a lot of trouble in throughout trying
Yeah.
to remember the spell that he just learned off his top of his head.
And before Cubby's back, which I thought was a risky manoeuvre in itself, really, he sets fire to the bridge, but luckily Cubby just makes it.
Yeah.
Which,
Before the juice wears off.
yeah, before the juice wears off, and they manage to just reach him before he dies a painful and lengthy height-based
Yeah.
death. And they head back to the village, and one of the other Gummi Bears takes the he believes that was the reason that the
Ruffy.
water came back. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's very argumentative. But they're basically back on, and at this point, Zummi has mastered
Utterly
the
mastered
spell.
the spell.
He can just whack it
They're
out.
like,
at
oh,
any
weren't you going to
given
show us
time.
that spell? And he's
Yeah.
like,
He just clicks it.
oh, yeah, sounds.
Doesn't even
Doesn't
say
even
it.
say it.
No. So then, like, why did he need to remember it in the first
I
place?
don't know.
We'll never know. But that is basically the playthrough.
Yeah. Toon Jam! Toon Jam! Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot going on in this episode
Yeah.
for a short amount of time. Let's talk characters.
Yeah.
I quite like the characters.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
They're
seem
fairly
alright.
likeable.
Yeah, likeable characters. You know, I wouldn't say it's particularly hilarious,
No.
but it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
You're not like, ugh.
Mm.
There's none of the bears. I'm like, oh, this bear,
Yeah.
shut up.
Yeah, they've all got their own style.
Yeah.
They're all very like, oh, this one's kind of a bit grumpy. This one kind of knows what's going on.
Yeah.
They're
We
very-
didn't see all of them really, did we? In this
No.
one, because there's that one that looks like well 80s,
Yeah.
where she's got like a short 80s haircut.
yeah. I hate her hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew you would. But like I remember her being more prominent. She's in it a little bit, but she just says a couple of lines. There's
Yeah.
also the big fat one.
Oh yeah.
He's only in it a couple of times.
Yeah, this one seems to have like a very story wise, it's very direct. Like they need to
Yeah.
go put the water on, they
They
go
go
put
into
it
it.
on, and
He's
they come
learning
back.
his spell at the same time.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you're right in saying that like maybe there is more to like the whole.
That's what it felt. I
history
quite like
thing.
that about it. They felt like, oh, either I've got to go back and watch something I've missed, or watch a bit more to find out
Yeah.
what's going to lead to.
Mm.
But it made me think that I was like, oh, interesting.
Because their little village is quite.
Gummi
It
history.
seems like they've kind of already got everything they need. Like they
Yeah.
could have just started it, but it seems like in
Yeah,
this one
yeah.
it's like, oh, there's more. There's other things that are sort of around the area that they
Yeah.
know about, but they don't know how it came about, sort of thing. So that's quite cool.
The trolls, ogres,
Yeah.
well bigger than I thought they were.
Yeah.
Like you see them from a distance and you think they're just a bit bigger, but they're like huge, aren't they?
Yeah, they are
Massive
big.
when they find the gummy bears.
Yeah.
It's got a very it makes sense actually that it's an 80s cartoon because of the fantasy stuff, but it's got that sort of similar. It's like a Disney version of, say, Smurfs.
Yeah.
Even Zelda when we watched that.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that Dungeons and Dragons-y world,
That
but
vibe.
with like Disney bears at the centre of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I quite liked it. Quite like the theme of it and
Yeah.
stuff. It's different. It's very different for a Disney cartoon as well.
Yeah.
There's not really anything else that they've done like that. You know, we've talked about DuckTales and Darkwing Duck, and they all people assuming they're part of the same universe, whether they are, they aren't. It seems very much like they are. This didn't feel like, even
It
if
was
they
tied to-
teamed it up with Winnie the Pooh,
Yeah.
just because they're bears, they're very different.
Oh
worlds,
yeah,
aren't
they do. Yeah, they are very different.
Yeah.
So yeah, it has kind of got its own kind of little fantasy world. feel
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it that
I
makes
quite
it
like that.
Mm.
I liked that they were using magic and stuff.
Yeah.
That's always a bit of fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Um,
It's cool that the gummy berry juice is kind of like the secret potion to
Yeah.
like all of their stuff. They kind of always need that, and
Yeah.
it's weird that they kind of produce it. It's got this kind of like weird little world building side to it.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
They've got their own little production of
well,
gummy
they
berry
rely
juice.
on it, don't they?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it's a major resource
Mm.
because it's the only way they can survive alongside the ogres. Isn't
Yeah, that's like their main defense, isn't
Yeah,
it? That they
and the
can get
ogres are
strong
massive,
and
so you can
bouncy
understand.
and
it? Yeah.
yeah.
The ogres looked proper 80s.
Oh yeah, they did. Didn't
Like
they?
that's
There's weird
the
faces.
ogres and boy
Yeah,
both looking well 80s,
yeah,
like big time, like sort of dark crystal-y
yeah.
type characters, aren't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, I did. Yeah, that's quite cool. The gummy berry juice and stuff. When he falls, actually, after using it, I didn't quite understand how he fell.
No.
It was like a tiny bit of water made all of his limbs fly.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, well-
Goodbye!
Absolutely.
Yeah,
No track on those
adds a bit
shoes.
of danger, though, I suppose, doesn't
Yeah.
it, to the whole thing?
And it doesn't really. It seems almost useless for humans because it lasts 2 seconds.
Only works once a day.
Yeah, and only works once a day, which somebody tells
Yeah.
him very late in the game.
Yeah, he keeps forgetting. He's quite a forgetful guy, isn't he, Zummy?
Yeah.
It's part of his character. Tell you what I did like, their underground roller coaster.
Oh yeah.
Really unnecessary roller coaster mine track. Could have
Yeah.
just done it in a straight line, but instead
No.
they twirl it around the
So
tunnel.
it's like a helix.
But yeah, that was quite cool. It's quite cool that they've got an underground roller
Yeah.
coaster that takes them to old school gummy bear destinations that they don't really know much about.
That's
Just seeing that map was quite like, what else is there in the gummy bear world?
Yeah, yeah.
It was really cool. It just felt like they'd done a lot of work into it.
That's a missed out Disney ride right there.
Yeah.
Like the quick
The underground tunnel.
line thing.
Yeah. Easy.
And they could easily sell gummy berry juice.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's mainly water anyway. So.
Yeah.
What a...
Well, I mean, it's weird that they've not brought this back at all.
Mm.
Like that it actually went away.
Yeah.
Whereas they kept showing reruns.
Mm.
You'd think they could make some new ones.
Yeah.
Because that's how properties survive, isn't it? You
Yeah.
just keep making new ones. And
especially, like, a property based on sweets. You'd think that, like, Disney would be all over it.
yeah,
like, you just
it's
get
like, yeah.
gummy bears all
You
the
don't
time.
even need to sell toys at that point,
No,
do you, really? You
like,
just sell
literally sell the
sweets.
sweets
Yeah.
and juice. And,
Yeah.
like, they've got the merch already.
Yeah.
Before.
Well, it's weird. I mean, they've brought back DuckTales.
Hmm.
But like this seems to have like ran as long, if not longer. This is
Yeah.
older. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure when we looked at DuckTales, they said it was like we said as well.
Yeah.
It was the first
Yeah.
of their sort of. But this is older. I'm
Yeah.
sure of it.
That is weird.
Maybe it was the time slot. I'm sure it was their afternoon ones, wasn't
Oh,
it? This
right.
was the first. But this is older. I'm sure of it. Like
Yeah.
at a time where as well the 80s was tough for Disney properties. They didn't have many out, did they?
Mm.
They'd done like the Black Cauldron, like
Yeah.
film wise. I think it wasn't until the very late 80s, early 90s that they came back.
Yeah.
Because that was the whole reason Roger Rabbit got made, wasn't
Oh
it?
yeah.
Because they just weren't doing so well, so they were happy to do whatever with their properties.
Mm.
Like you wouldn't see that now
No,
because they're
no.
like, no,
Yeah.
that's people actually like them at the moment. So. No way. But yeah, it's a shame. I think like you could see there's a good amount of reboot value in
Yeah.
Gummi Bears.
Because what
easily.
else have they got that's like fantasy? That's
I can't think
like
of
that.
anything. I mean, what? I mean, modern Disney cartoons. What do they have? Is Gravity Falls Disney?
yeah.
What's
Yeah.
that like? Is that?
It's not really
I've
the
not
same.
watched
No,
it.
it's kind of like a modern, just mystery type thing.
Yeah.
It's not in the same way. They do live in the woods, but that's about it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose it's just the way modern cartoons are very different, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like at the moment, there's a very different feel to
It's
it.
weird that fantasy's kind of almost got old.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's just like, oh yeah, we don't do that anymore because
Yeah.
it's like olden day stuff. But
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
It's
You'd think it's due I mean, you'd have thought like with Harry Potter and
yeah.
Lord of the Rings that it would
Yeah.
be more.
Yeah,
Popular.
you would think like, especially once they
Game
got
of
into
Thrones,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
But it's
Just not with kids, apparently.
yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's moved on to
Yeah.
adults.
Maybe.
It's strange.
But yeah, I think Gummi Bears. I'm surprised it's disappeared. Not even like a reboot. I'm just surprised that they stopped doing stuff with it.
Yeah.
Like it does seem to have disappeared, and it's not one that everyone seems to remember even.
Yeah.
I don't know. Shall we go on to our rating?
Yeah.
Let's. Okay, so here at Toon Jam we have a 3-point rating system that is out of this world. Thumbs up are crystal clear waters.
Yes.
Thumbs down, ogres about. Shaky middle, I can't quite remember that spell. So good, bad, on the fence.
Yeah.
So, Gummi Bears Season 1, Episode 3, Zummi makes it hot.
Yeah.
What's your thought?
For me, it's fantasy, so
An immediate
I am-
drawback for you
yeah,
there.
I'm not impressed. Secondly, the story that it told this time was, is very, very. There wasn't really much else other than that possible history in there. It's very direct. Obviously, also the magic side of it that kind of comes with fantasy. Not really a fan of that.
Not your scene.
So there's a lot for me to be like, nah.
Yeah.
But that theme tune.
That theme
Now
tune
that
is
theme
kicking
tune
it.
is up there.
Gummi Bears!
That is good stuff.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the characters are way more likable in this than they are in a lot of things. Like you could happily just kind of watch them go about their day doing stuff.
Yeah.
And the kid as well, who's usually the human.
The human character is always so annoying.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Like, there's never a time. Whereas in this,
he's helpful.
Yeah.
He's like helping them save the day. He hasn't got an overly.
he's like the best
annoying
character.
sense. Yeah.
Never is that the case.
And so that was very much was
Yeah.
quite different. And you know, it made it, because that was my representation in Gummy World.
Yeah,
when it's
that's
like,
it.
I've got to be this guy.
Yeah,
and
it's the only one I can be. Like,
yeah,
is
and it's
the
like,
human.
oh, he's all right. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. That helps a lot, I think.
Yeah.
And you know, there is like a cool little world being built there, but because it's fantasy, you know, I'm like, hey guys, yeah. So for me, it ended up being a shaky middle. Shaky middle. For
Interesting.
me. Mainly the premise is
Yeah.
what's holding me back, but
So it's the entire, like, really, the like. Well, I mean, it would have made a difference if it was, you know, top firing on all cylinders, amazing show, but
yeah,
it drew back so much from it that
yeah,
it was just basically the concept
yeah. The concept
was
is-
your struggle.
Yeah, I think the characters are cool, but I'd like to see them in a different environment.
Yeah.
maybe
Maybe
facing
a different
things
episode is then
that
what you're saying.
that don't deal with, you know. the
But then
situation.
equally it could go another way with a different
It's
episode.
true, yeah.
Yeah.
So from there, it was
Interesting.
shaky middle for me. So
Well,
controversial.
concept-wise, I'm the
Yeah.
reverse,
Ah.
naturally.
So he's in.
Love a bit of fantasy,
Mm.
love a bit of magic.
Yeah.
I loved the idea that there was so much history to it.
Mm.
As soon as, just like I say, seeing the map, seeing them, like when they were talking about, forgotten histories.
Yeah.
Oh boy, now you're talking my language. I am ready. Characters were all good.
Mm-hmm.
No one annoyed me. The ogres, didn't really see much of them,
No.
but you know they're a threat.
Mm.
They just are a threat because they're so
Yeah.
so 80s.
So 80s.
It's upsetting, and you're like, yeah, I don't want them to come anywhere near us. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Music, all really good. Even the soundtrack was
Yeah.
enjoyable. It's got that Disney sort of look and quality to it. There were certain points where it looked like what they were saying wasn't necessarily coming out of their mouth,
Yeah.
like a bit like an anime type thing. But I couldn't tell if that was just my computer or something,
Yeah.
or so I didn't want to,
Yeah.
stake too much on that. But I am a thumbs up,
Oh.
a stonking thumbs up.
Whoa.
I really enjoyed it actually. I am going to go back and watch every single episode tonight,
There's 90 something.
and I will watch them all.
No, it cannot be done.
I will not do that, but yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I think what's strange is that the Disney cartoons tend to be really hit and miss.
Yeah.
So you've got like ones like this. I enjoyed Winnie the Pooh, Gargoyles. Really enjoyed all of them. Whereas we've had Darkwing Ducks, our DuckTales,
Yep.
where it's been the absolute reverse.
Opposite,
It
yeah.
really hasn't. You don't understand where,
No, yeah, you'd think there'd be some consistency from,
Yeah.
from the studio.
especially from Disney. Like
Yeah.
they're the ones that are really should be at the top, and there's
Yeah.
most money in it, I suppose, isn't there? Just
Yeah.
'cause- But there you go, yeah. So a thumbs down and a shaky middle. A thumbs up and a shaky
Whoa.
middle.
Whoa,
I've
you
changed my
flipped
mind. No, thumbs up and a shaky middle. That's
Yeah.
that's pretty good
That's
score.
good.
Yeah. I was very surprised. After recently watching Darkwing Duck especially, I was like, here we go again.
Yeah.
But no, very surprised, really enjoyed it.
Pulled it out.
Gummy Bears.
Well
Come
played.
back to me. Okay, so what did you think, guys? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let us know at the three ogres of the internet: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Toon Jam Pod. If you like what you hear, please give us a rate and review. It really helps us out, helps people find us. And we also have a Patreon where you can spend a little spondoolies to get some extra episodes. But otherwise, hopefully, we'll see you again next week. And until then, stay gummy.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening to Toon Jam. And if you want to continue to help us out, you can help us by jumping over to our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/toonjampod. And if you can rate and review us everywhere you listen to your podcasts, so on iTunes or on the Android apps, that'd be a massive help too. Thank you. and stay jammy.